All right, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. You are watching the TPN TV and radio network coming to you live from the United States of America. Today, we get a very packed schedule where we want to discuss two things we will get for discuss today. Some of them two things then they get for do with everything about Sierra Leone and for Sierra Leoneans. One of the things then we want to discuss when the main important thing has to do with the Yenga border. And after the Yenga border, we'll get for discuss also briefly, not too much, but briefly on Journal Alpha BAM article or in bombshell where he put. But mostly today, we're going to be discussing Yenga. The reason we make our for make we discuss Yenga specifically is the fact that it is a national security issue. Yenga has become something like we saying a time bomb for Sierra Leone. We don't know when the bomb get for explode, but it's ticking. Because when you look at the entire situation in Yenga today, we know say the Guineans are so much desperate for make sure say they do what they get for do. And if not taking Yenga, but use Yenga as a pretext for making them all the way into ransom for anything, politically, anything we they want for do between Sierra Leone and Guinea. This is what is going on in that border. So it's a time bomb when you listen and look at the situation. You start with Ahmed Tijan Kaba, where then try to Ahmed Tijan Kaba not able to negotiate for make able to pull Yenga from the Guinean troops. Then Anes Baikoma come in. Anes Koma, I think it was on April 27th or so, where they get a meeting where they sign an agreement between the two countries, Sierra Leone and Guinea, for make sure say then demilitarize Yenga. And actually it was July, not April, it was July the 27th, between the government of Anes Baikoroma and the Guinean government, where then come with a declaration say they want for demilitarize the town of Yenga. Okay. Then go to the extent between Anes Baikoroma and Guinea for make Guinea hand over back Yenga to Sierra Leone. And it was actually done. So the question or the surprise a lot of we get after that was, what happened? Why Guinea all of a sudden they briefly enter Yenga again? There are two theories or maybe two stories where I get for understand, and I make a very deep. I make a very deep investigation where I able to get some kind of information for the both stories where we get for discuss that today and look at the rationale behind the stories than they or whether it makes sense or not. But those are the two stories where I get. The first one was this was a kind of a poke on the nose of the Sierra Leone government, because according to the first story, according to the first information, the vice president of Sierra Leone, when Dr. Mohamed Julde been interfere during the Guinean presidential elections, where he been support some the candidate, the fuller candidate we been the contest against Alpha Condé. And according to that story, I'm not sure, I don't know whether that's true or not, but this is something that we need for dig deeper into. But according to the story, Dr. Julde been go in Guinea secretly not informing the authorities in Guinea, even though the authorities in Guinea know say yes, Julde been they go into Guinea, hold secret meetings with um, the fuller candidates. And because of that, as we all know, the Guinean authorities accuse Dr. Julde for say they try for interfere with Guinea. So they'll not be happy about that at all. And because of this, all right, hold on, let me just try for send this to people them where they ask for a link. So the Guinean troops clearly we are not happy about this kind of pseudo interference from we government officials. No, so that's after the election, according to the first theory, this is a way for one Sierra Leone saying Guinea can take Sierra Leone at any time if they continue for interfere into Guinea politics. That's the first theory that one the way we get, right? And this not the most popular theory where they go on social media. The second theory during my investigation was actually it was not about Dr. Julde interference in Guinea politics. It has to do with a marriage where happened na that border day. A Guinean soldier married a Sierra Leonean woman. This is another story, okay? And I think when they got married, they want to build a house na Yenga. So I don't know what happened. So as they start for put the structures, the Sierra Leoneans waiting at that area then go broke that structure there. Now listen very carefully. This is a story, the second story where I get from the investigation where I make. The first story was Guinea not happy with Julde in alleged interference during the Guinean election. I don't already passed that one name. The second story, way not popular at all, way they underground, probably is the correct story, is it has to do with a structure where one Guinean soldier built with a Sierra Leonean woman, Yenga, where the Sierra Leonean then go take, then try for destroy that one day. That's not another one way I get. So what happened when the Guinean soldier no say then destroy the structure? So it gave a call in company soldier them. You know that's not something way normal, right? Even as alone, where them go beat one soldier, if they will call it in company there, then they can't beat the person way obstruct or affect the soldier. These are some of the things that we will get. For say now that Guinean soldier they now in go call in company soldier there, then come, they enter at the place there. So when they enter, Sierra Leoneans, a lot of them, you know, they begin get that confusion, you know, some kind of arguments take place there. According to this story, Alpha Conde not even know say something like that be happen. Okay? Something like that be happen. So now after the fact that Alpha Conde cannot say something that like that happened, and after that the Guinean soldiers then don't return back. Usai the day. Understand? So in fact, let me just send you I don't know if I go able get something like that. Let me share my screen here if I go able do something here. Let me share with this screen. Okay. Let me show me. All right, when I see this now one of the pictures that we then send me, where Sierra Leone delegation then go meet Alpha Conde na Guinea for go settle this dispute. This another one, another pictures them we then take during that meeting then. This okay, I don't know why I see them. So what I do? I get for get me on people then way very close to the government of Sierra Leone and we also then they now ex-military guys them for make them do an investigation since it is a military it's a military conflict. So one of the ex-military guys then when I'm a friend, then get for send then get for call. Okay, hold on. Ajibujalo they try for reach me. I don't know if Ajibujalo don't come or not, but it try for reach me. All right. So this is the situation we find. So when the government of Sierra Leone send this military delegation to Guinea, then get for go resolve that problem there. According to me investigation, all right, I don't know whether you type for call me on Hangout. Anyway, Ajibujalo, if you want, I will send you the link. If not, I can call you. So let me just know. Okay, hold on. All right, yeah, Ajibujalo, let me send you the link because every broadcast gets a different link. The link will be they use probably not with the correct link, but let me send you the correct link here, so you can able come in. Let me send this to you quickly. All right, Ajibujalo, I don't send that to you on your messenger, so hopefully you will able to come in. So this is not the situation we find ourselves for say yes indeed. The Guinean troops they not go into Sierra Leone Yenga specifically for go occupy Yenga. Okay, that's not in I understand. For say that was the situation. It was not for go occupy Yenga sent by the Guinean authority. So according to what I understand, that problem has been settled down between the two countries. Well, let's pray say yes, it is settled, which I believe could be the case. But you know, it's very, very important. It's very, very important. This is a time bomb. This Yenga issue is a time bomb because this is not something we not just start today. This is not something we not just start from this government. This is not something we start from, I don't know, 60s, 70s, 80s, till today. And if you look at Yenga, for some of we let me just bring in my screen again. This is very important for educate with Sierra Leoneans and for see what thing they try for talk about. For say yes, Yenga na something way a problematic for we and the Sierra Leone government. Oh, hold on, let me. The Sierra Leone government need for do something about this. Let me share again my screen. So let's take. Okay, let me just let me bring in the image. Okay. All right, hold on, guys. The reason we make a one for okay. So okay. All right, on the right side here, this place right here, Yenga. You see how Guinea border come all the way into Sierra Leone, and around here, this small piece of area. I don't know if I will able to zoom this. Let me use the map. I think the map is better. If it will give me chance, let me use the map instead of the image. Let me use the map. Let's use the map here. Okay, so I'll be able to zoom in. All right, let me remove this first. This is very, very important. The reason we make I want for America, okay. You see, here, Yenga, this particular area, let me see if I will able for zoom out. Okay. All right. You see how the Mano River now in at the border between Sierra Leone and Guinea, where from here all the way to this yellow line where we see so. All right, now the Mano River Union, now the Mano River where actually now the border between Sierra Leone and Guinea. In fact, the one the way don't go to that place, they say the Sierra Leonean people they then kidnap by the river, then they talk to the Guinean at the other side of the river. So, and if you look at this, you go realize Guinea come into we a little bit, we go into Guinea. And at that piece of land, now in the biggest problems we will get right now, where they give we this headache here. And Guinea, they no say, probably because number one, they will pathway, number two, they strong pathway. So then go on for take advantage of we at any time where they want. So yes, I know say, let me just bring in my commentators there now. Hopefully themselves they want for contributes pretty soon. All right. This we not say no matter what, this border dispute is going to continue. The border dispute is going to continue. We know that. So what are the things that we want I want for let we talk today? Yes, maybe this small problem don't settle, but not something we know say again for continue because of the size of the two counties them and the ambition of the larger county when are Guinea. So we don't know. So the first question where I be asked after I say Guinea don't enter back Sierra Leone to Yenga. I thought Yenga was actually resolved. And after that, why Sierra Leoneans not go occupy that place? Well, during my own research, where I understand saying there was a declaration between the two countries for make them demilitarize that village there. Maybe that makes Sierra Leone troops not go occupy the place. Well, now we own area, for God's sake. Yenga is Sierra Leone. Why the Guinean troops get for tell we say will not for go occupy Yenga village? That's what, and thank God Ajibu Jallo is here because during Ajibu Jallo their own time. Ajibu Jallo just okay, it don't drop. Okay, during Ajibu Jallo their own time, the APC time, now in this declaration take place between Yenga and Sierra Leone. Let me just read a little bit here. The government of the Republic of Sierra Leone and the government of the Republic of Guinea have on Friday, the 27th July 2012, signed a joint declaration for the demilitarization of the dispute border town of Yenga. This declaration was made by the Sierra Leone Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation during a well-attended news conference held at State House, Freetown, where a joint declaration was symbolically exchanged by the foreign ministers of both countries. In the communique, bearing signatories of Sierra Leone Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Joseph Bandabla Dauda, and his Guinean counterpart, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Edward Nyankwi Lama, the government of the Two Sisters Mano River Union state registered their commitment towards protecting, promoting, and safeguarding their common heritage of a coexistence in the spirit of mutual respect for their identical customs and tradition. So the main point here is the demilitarization of Yenga. The demilitarization of Yenga town, village. We know say Yenga village, it is Sierra Leone, right? We know that. But the communique say that village they're not for militarize them. Probably not the reason that one the way the Sierra Leonean government not been sent military, now the village even though the village was in or is in Sierra Leone. This is where the problem is. How we go able for take control of the sovereignty when a communique where they talk in our own village will not for send troops there for go occupy we own village border town. This is where the entire problem come. And now they don't settle Lamo, but still, I don't think we still get the gods for send military for make them go occupy Yenga village. So this is not a political issue in some sense. They cannot say we all want for use politics for make we able for score points. That's not the game of the day. I understand that, but this is more than just political game. This is a national security. We are in whether you na SLPP, you na APC, you na PMDC, you na whatever political party you belong. It's going to affect Sierra Leone. It's not going to affect the SLPP or the APC or any other political party. It's going to affect Sierra Leone directly. So what thing we get for do? What thing are we on contributions? What thing are we on contributions towards a common understanding for say yes, this is something that should bring us together as Sierra Leoneans and make sure we try to tackle this issue. Now, let me bring in my commentators then. All right, let's start with all right, Bible, it seems like you are not connected. So you need to find a way. So let me, since I'm not the first one, let me bring in Mr. Let me bring Abdul. Let me bring in Doctor. Bible, until you come back. So I know we'll bring you come. So let's start with Mr. Cabo. Mr. Cabo, since I'm not the second person we come. So what's now your take on Yenga issue? It seems, Mr. Cabo, you mute.
All right. Good afternoon, fellow commentators. Good afternoon, Dr. Makota.
Yeah.
The Yenga issue is very interesting. It seems like anytime there is a little thing, Guinea will come in and say, "Hey, we're going to hold here. So if you want a problem, we're going to do this or do that." It's like children playing something, like the other one is heavier than the other and he's a bully. He always have that as a backup. That when you do this, I'm going to do this. I'm going to hold this. Now, I know you mentioned that why the military don't go occupy Yenga. I don't think it is a military base. They shouldn't occupy that. I think there are people who live there. There are villagers. And before that, I don't know who were living there. And up to date, I don't know if people were living there, it was just a piece of land. But if there were people living there, those who were living there should go back and live there. If it was just a piece of land lying down there, then the military don't need to occupy it. Now, having said that, you made mention of what might have been the reason why the Guinean government decided to go back to Yenga. In other words, it was provoked based on what the information you get. It was provoked. You're not sure of that information that through Julde Diallo or some other transactions were happening in one way or the other up to 2 times, either on a marriage situation and another thing that has to do with the elections. Well, yeah, that's what you heard, and it's good that you heard about that, and you don't get approved over it because, and unfortunately, you did not hear that an Eskuruma pick up the phone and call his counterpart, his comrade, Conde, and told him that Julde Jallo is doing this and this.
Hold on, hold
Did you
on.
did you
It's
hear
Alex
that
say,
information?
hold on. It's Alex say, Mr. One, I don't know if now somebody where they breathe, they read the noise. All right, go ahead, go ahead.
That man is sleeping there.
Yeah. No, now freeze.
That guy they sleep though.
No, now freeze,
Uh,
freeze.
oh, all right. So you had two information as to what might have been the result. I mean the reason through Julde Jallo. But I don't know if you did not hear that it was Anes Kuruma also is one of the reason. Another speculation that he picked up a phone and called the Guinean president and told him all about Julde, that is finding some problems for him and organizing Fullers to attack Guinea. To go and help
That's
that
my
guy. I don't
conspiracy
know if
theory.
you,
I don't know.
the
I don't
first
know.
one. Okay, okay. So what about the first two you had? Were they conspiracy theories or what?
No, because number one, I get evidence say for say yes, indeed. Uh, um, Alpha Conde and authorities sent out a warning where every international media can get for say Alpha Mr. Juldem they interfere. So that's not a conspiracy theory, now accusation. Okay.
Okay.
Then also during my own investigation, I found out saying the other story where they send, in fact, this ex military guy, he sent somebody now, the border them, you understand? Where go, he go talk to them people, then send that information later. And that person, they send the information to me saying, this is the situation, the story, where, the second story why I tell you earlier. So it's not kind of a conspiracy theory.
All
A
right, I'm
conspiracy,
coming. So what you're saying basically, Mr. Mankota, is that there was a communique that took place between the president of Guinea to that of Sierra Leone with regards to Jallo's behavior, purported behavior. Is that what you're saying?
no, what I'm saying is, I had, well, not to had, I read waiting Alpha Conde in government during the election where they accused Jules you yourself know about this. And in fact, BBC actually reported this. You understand?
All right.
So, yeah, so it's not like I already say Alpha Conde communicates with Mr. Ernest by Koroma. No, and that make us say conspiracy theory because sometimes we can send something at
All
the
right.
social
That
media.
that
We don't
is
know.
correct. Alpha Conde may not write about his friend Anes Kuroma, but he could write about Julde. That's fine. But this is what I'm saying also. Now you talk about Yenga, and now the border is closed, right? And we have goods in Guinea, and Guineans have goods here. There's no transaction going on. And
Yeah.
within that those limitations, even though there is a border closure and there is also a Yenga issue, but that doesn't stop APC to open a APC office in Guinea, correct?
So what
You know about that?
Mr. Kabo, what that has to do with the younger issue? What we discuss?
Okay, if you close a border, you have a dispute with a country. You have a dispute with a country. You close the border. Nobody should come in business times and do transaction. And you go to Yenga, that means you
Uh-huh.
have a real dispute with the people. Now, but why do you specifically allow a particular set of people from that country to go and establish an office in your country? When you close the border,
Well,
you don't close it
that
only.
question, I think say we need for refer them to Alpha Conde, the Guineans, because not a we do not
I, I, I,
so, yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Mankot, I understand. That's the hypocrisy of it. You close the border. I say, don't come to my house. You are two. You and you have a friend or another person who you live together. You live in your house. I close my house. I say, no, nobody should come here. But I will allow your friend to come in and establish an office in my place. And I don't allow you to come. And I tell you, I close the border. And what kind of hypocrisy is that? What kind of game is that playing? I think what I'm saying is we are too grown up to understand what other people in Sierra Leone are doing. This is not like a
The
child's
people of
play. It's
Sierra
a
Leone or the
country
people
issue.
of Guinea?
I am talking of the people of Sierra Leone. Because some
Well,
people, what I know, let me tell you this: and Eskoroma and Conde, they have a tie because they were presidents together. They are
yeah, yeah,
close friends.
they have a
They are
relationship. They have
close
good
friends.
relationship. Yeah,
And okay, and Eskoroma is the head of the APC. All right.
yeah, yeah.
And Eskoroma picked the phone and called Conde that this guy is causing trouble here. He's planning to come to and demonstrate to your country, organizing people here. And
Well,
but yet
that's
he's
not
building
a
he opens an
hearsay.
office. Okay, what
That's not
about
a
the office
hearsay.
now? What about when we are in dispute with Guinea, but yet still Guinea allow a particular set of people to go and build an office there? What would you say about that? That's not a hearsay. You saw the office.
Um, um, Mr. Gabo, I want to make you know,
All right.
say, Izagi, text me if you want to talk to me. I didn't know the program. Text me. Mr. Gabo, what I want to make we all know, and we viewers know. APC been get a chapter na Guinea before all this. We all know that also, and then get office na Guinea before all this. Before even Madabio come na power. So I want to make you know that maybe they're not being paint the T into APC, but there was an office where we know same APC, then get a branch in Guinea, where some of we don't discuss now with internal forums them. So not a new thing. To you, now new thing because now they don't paint the thing. They don't paint them, it don't become so prevalent to the other people the way they not be understand. But that's something we're not so new. So not so because Mother Biokana power now that make them go do that one day. Go ahead.
The office is not new. You're right. But the enhancement of the office came at a wrong time when we have
Okay.
a problem with the other party.
Okay.
That's the problem. That's the problem we have here. And it was a provocation, and it was manifested. It was showed all over the media that Guinea, APC is building open an office, a big office. Conde is there. The picture of Conde and Escoroma's pictures are there. At the midst of a conflict, that's the time all these things came up. Okay, so you mean you don't know about that? That's a provocation, and just like you mentioned, Sierra Leone is for all of us. It's not for APC or for SLPP. If you provoke conflicts there, and you think you're gonna get free from that conflict when it comes to Sierra Leone, you are making a sad mistake. Because when
Okay.
we lose anything, we lose is for all Sierra Leoneans. That's my point.
All right. Let bring hold on. Let me bring Ajibu Jallo again. Mr. Ajibu Jallo, because this is not something we have to do with during Unayon regime, we about this Yenga, we una signed a declaration in July the 27th for demilitarize Yenga. So, what are you take on this latest events at Yenga?
Well, it's unfortunate, very unfortunate that. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Unfortunate that we get a development here, because, like I say, we don't sign a memorandum of understanding between the two countries where they will not demilitarize Yenga, and Yenga has been handed over. This is not the clamor. What's really happening is a retaliation to what's really happening. A sitting vice president left this concept of Sierra Leone, own a sovereign country. Before he opened homage to the president at the time, he goes straight to the opposition leader. This now a diplomatic embarrassment, now a protocol etiquette embarrassment, now plan and when a sitting vice president left the country, when he go to any other sovereign country, the first point of call for the head of government. Now he go tell Adu first. When you don't tell Adu day, you move forward from both sides. Unfortunately, my own vice president break protocol and left my hand so he go Guinea, he not go talk to the head of government, he go straight to the opposition leader. Once the waiting happen, Bashar where he not follow in protocols them advice, he go at the time when we don't allow Mr. Samura Kamara for visit the mosque, he go unannounced. So these things keep happening and happening. I remember when this starts Yenga, believe you me, I was a member of the first delegation. It was the foreign minister at the time, JB Dauda, It was Alpha Khan, it was Dauda Kamara, and myself. Now we fought in that delegation day when they send go na Guinea. When we reach na Guinea for go meet the president get buried in that thing. We late for reaching. So he keep with us in the living room. He go attend the burial. He come back. When he come back, when we tell her what you carry for the foreign minister, he say stop, not even finish. He says Sierra Leone and Guinea are one country. He say and it's by Kuroma and his brother. Me a president of Guinea and me a president of Sierra Leone, in a president of Sierra Leone, in a president of Guinea. Yenga not a problem. You left that gateway, we will sort that out. When I go down a hotel, go wait. Then give we dinner, we eat, we get exchange pleasantries. Within 3 hours, then bring that communique as to what they plan, what they need for do, and we return back to freedom. After that, the subsequent meeting happened, take that declaration with and sign, with demilitarize that place. So Yenga was solved, completely solved. They don't pull the military in there. Sierra Leone had total possession of it. Now when they go for Plaba, now he make that president and bring it in and bring council. Unnecessary. Completely unnecessary.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go to Dr. Kamara. What do you think?
Yeah. Good afternoon, Dr. Mankota. Good afternoon, fellow commentators. The Yenga issue, the historical one, and I remember the late President Dr. Sekapi Stevens, Secretary. Then we don't buy and that same Yenga day. As small an army as Sierra Leone was, Shekasi will not be left and gap. Yes, skirmishes been there, but we've been get with military people a day, because according to Shekuture then, he say Kono, for instance, we also now part of the bordering country, towns them na the Guinea border. They say Kono means Makono in Maningo means wait for me. So if you want for even capture Kono, Sakastiv is not give Alafia. Then get for solving it. But down the road, if I may say, the Yenga issue be not solved, just like the previous speaker, we brother Ajibu Jalo. They may not solve them. It was off and dams. They are not diplomatic way they be solved them. Way be not free during the time of the former president Ernest Koroma. But let me just touch a little bit. Somebody been they talk say, let us use common sense here. I wonder why people when they begin to talk about APC office. But even a New Hampshire we got APC office there during the time of Yabo. During the time of Beatrice Conte, we got APC na Maryland office there.
Yeah.
In the Middle East, where for Kergo politics for open the people there. I was Secretary General of the APC. We open office there, we get office there. Inside Saudi Arabia right now, APC there. This has nothing to do. How many chapters in America now?
15.
SIPP, they get office now.
Yep.
Even in the neighboring countries, they get offices everywhere. Who said that they go meet and do their things then? Let us stop this hypocrisy for mixed matters. Let us do the things that are right for Sierra Leone. Now, let me come. 1 minute. Just like how we will say. I was in Freetown where these are the make a show. These are live show now. During the Ramadan, not this Ramadan, the Ramadan, that Ramadan, I was in Freetown, and they go make the tahajjud na IMAT day, the mosque where they did. When the opposition leader get for Kandi, they get for stop. Imagine Ramadan, he come after that nafila, he come for can't talk to him. You can see there was a snore going on. Some man they say, I already can't listen to this. So there was a building up of tension where the full group, then they try for bring. I mean, even the man is saying, "Moku pray for him," so that we can win that election. So during in time where they try for talk, anybody will be present, they can prove me wrong or right. Plenty people they left the mosque. They say they don't come mix from politics.
Right.
So of late, back certain incidents don't happen. Why then go attack the Guinean embassy inside Sierra Leone? And this the accuse say the vice president been getting handy. So it was obvious. But I mean, the president of Guinea, he accused. I mean, there is already a communique. Right now, the meeting where they go, I mean, headed by, I mean, the Speaker of the House, they don't put them, you know. I mean, the man talk him outright. He say that the men will panel political affairs during the elections and Agalamula. So in fact, they go for send people them na Sierra Leone, make them can see what thing they happen, and then they invite President Bio so that make them go sit down there and talk. So it's like a diplomatic something. So when they can communicate.
All right, because of we got so many people there, we want to talk. Let me make a short, please, guys. So that we're able to do and I know Sajibu Jalodin as alone still, right?
Yeah. Oh, you want to say me they talk about queer? Okay, I don't set you I don't talk about.
No, I don't want to say so. All right, Mr. Adu, go ahead. Mr. Adu.
But I don't know what you do. I know you're nothing. I know you're what Dr. Kamara been say.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't hear you, but you know they hear me.
Hello?
From the mute.
Yeah, would they hear you?
Mute me.
I don't meet you. Would they hear you?
No. I hear you. But where Ajibu been they talk and Kagbo, I hear you. But when Dr. Kamara they talking, I know they hear you. No, now you
don't know why you hear you, but we not meet you at all. But okay, yeah, we hear you. We just want to make we do them briefly. What are you doing, Yenga?
Dr. Kamara they talk, I know hear him. But where Ajibu be they talk and Kagbo, I hear him. So you did something. The phone they tell me say, host, I've muted you. That's what they said on my screen.
No, well, the mute no means say, you know, the mute no mean, just means say when you they talk.
Well, the only thing what you mean they say about this issue, yeah, look at the historical background of this thing. And then two countries, yeah, why during Shaka Stevens time and Shaku Toure time.
All right, you dey freeze. Mr. Abdul, you dey freeze.
I'm not here now.
Abdul, if you change that position, where you talk, you get problem.
Now you, Mr. Abdul. Now you dey freeze. You dey freeze. I think now the way you did na the metropolitan.
Talk now.
Yeah, you can talk.
No, I did not do anything. I say, okay, now, okay. I said the thing what they talk, this the whole thing, Yenga issue not been there during Shaka Stevens and Shaku Toure. Even during more where SLPP they condemn. Why them problem have not been there during in time and Asana condemn. And like what Ajibu clearly stated based on what he said in a part of this delegation, where waiting the president of Guinea, Alpha Condé, said, no, don't even finish. I believe, say, maybe Mr. Kagbo may not want to hear this, but I believe, say, this issue exacerbates again now because of Jude Jallo interference into the past presidential election at Guinea. I mean, if Jude Jallo wants a Fulaman for the president of Guinea, there is a way of doing it. I mean, channel, rather than it do the way they do I should be clearly they tell Mr. Kagbo that not to be hidden thing, everybody be know, you know, that he was, I mean, interfering into the politics of an internal, and not even receive Abbas Bundu.
right.
let's
Mr.
have a
Mr. Abdul,
situation. I mean, under
okay.
normal circumstances, now the vice president for be part of the delegation.
Yeah,
But
you're right. Right. All right.
because the vice president
Mr. Abdul, okay, Mr. Abdul,
so,
you dey go in and out.
I think
Mr. Abdul, hold on. You dey go in and out. I will come back to you. Let me go to Miss Baibule. Baibule, go ahead. Mr. Abdul, you dey go in and out.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just in my car driving.
I think that the internet, the network, na in can freeze you. Yeah,
Hello,
Baibule,
can you hear me?
yeah, Baibule says I've been get that problem.
Hello, TPN Radio.
Baibule, go ahead.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Go ahead, we hear you.
Okay. I want all man I do, particularly the viewers or listeners that are all over the world.
Check the poll.
This issue about the Yenga problem, this territorial dispute where they can at the country, I think say what you mean they say now just another example of the failure of leadership at State House in Sierra Leone. Economically, the country don't, the leadership don't fail. Money not in a bank.
So
politically,
what you know that make Guinea one for take over?
Politically, the leadership na State House not able to rule as a politics in real democratic governance. Another failure. Now other geographical failure. A territory of Sierra Leone has been usurped under the leadership of the current leadership. This is now just another manifestation of the ineptitude of the SLPP that they can suffer Sierra Leone in all phases of life, politically, economically, and even geographically. They cannot do anything. This Yenga issue will be done the report before he go off. You see, like how the other speaker talk, in the absence of the president, normally the vice president are for feature in. But how can you be a juror in your own court? If Julda Jalo go na Guinea right now over that matter, he's going to be arrested. He's going to be arrested because he's part of the problem. And he cannot be part of the problem and he go back for go inside for go provoke the people. Now I make them put an again back seats, the speaker go. The speaker and I go. I want more get this thing very clear. They know what is happening. The president know what is happening. He gets intel. Intel, we don't go there. The ONS don't tell the president what the thing. He knows. The Guinean intel don't inform the president. They know how. Julda been they try for interfere into the election at that country. Now double jeopardy in the country don't get. Where the people that want to conduct elections, then close all borders there. For we Sierra Leone, only stop, not only no more affected, other neighboring countries, they all we are affected. Now, the other territory has come into question simply because this government not ready for give the people of Sierra Leone peace. Everything is problem. And how they talk for now.
All right, thank you very much. Now we go to Izagi. Izagi, you just come on as alone very recently. First of all, I talked to your brother Celo. I think that's Celo. Not only I want call you. I know one call him, but I just can't call the wrong number. So he tell me say Izagi na him brother. Now I say na me boboda one day, but I get for Olam into ransom one day when I wouldn't call. So go ahead. What thing are you take on that? You mute. I don't see mute now, boy. I don't know if now you mic. I don't see you mute now. It sounds like say now you mic now the laptop or something. Maybe you go to your mic and see if it did all the way down. Maybe it did all the way down. All right. So okay, now we as we dey try for fix am. Now we go to when you don't fix am, just raise you and I will bring you come back. Now we go to back to Ajibujalo. Ajibujalo. So there is another story where probably been the listing why I've been the talk where some people can say now this now kind of a wedding now in cause the problem one soldier man where in Yenga they marry Sierra Leone so they want for build house na Yenga. So when they begin put the structure, the Sierra Leone and then go broke that structure, then I think the policeman go to encompass Guinean soldier, they go bring them can occupy the place for put the structure and say the structure and not come back or something like that. I don't know. But this now ex-combatant, ex-soldier from Salon, now I able to get hold of. We get a comrade where that they all been there. In fact, that he been the work for Madabio, then he left Madabio, he been the work for Alpha Condem. No, he been the work for Madabio, he left Madabio, he go work for Alpha Condem. So that person they go all the way to Yenga or make he go investigate where I been give that responsibility to this Sujaman, Sierra Leone Sujaman. So he bring this information. What do you think about that? Ajibujalo.
All right. Mr. Abu,
Yes.
you hear me now?
Yeah, they hear you now.
Okay.
Hold on. That's Ajibujalo. Yeah, they hear you now.
Okay.
Ajibujalo, go ahead. That's why I will bring his argument.
The story we bring up so me no ever important and I didn't grown now no ever say issue like that the day. But like I say, Yenga had been demilitarized.
Yeah.
Yenga people them and Sierra Leone people them they live together in that place. As a matter of fact, if you ask the Salon man, you don't even know who's in a Salon. If you ask the Guinean man, you don't know who's in a Guinea. They were living in one accord. Okay, they were quite homogeneous in that area. Now, when you come on boundary demarcation from a government side, and when you come on the fact that you get a heavy consignment of military personnel them from Guinea, they actually make the difference. But other than that, the individual themselves, they live in harmony, they live in peace. They don't get no clue what's in happen in Freetown or what's in happen in Conakry. They don't know. Okay. What's happened recently when they move military, then go there. Now something happened recently just after. Okay, the vice president of the Republic of Sierra Leone go to Guinea without go pay respect to the head. When he appeared for see the vice president, they support the opposition leader. Now, left Yenga, look at what's not happening at Balamuya. As I talk to you now, fleets of trucks them with perishable item, fleets of trucks them with perishable item and other goods, then park at that place because the Guinean border is closed. So if somebody be married, they do something like Yenga. If not that the problem, that problem for dinner Yenga no more. But not no, but all the border crossing, the official border crossing, have been shut down on the Guinean side.
Yeah.
So marriage not happen at Balamuya. This what happened at Balamuya now is a younger so. You go to Balamuya, they don't stop all the trucks and the people in park they don't sit down for close to a month for weeks now. You know, now only now they dispatch people and for go. In fact, the first delegation where I said then be sent for go. Now be a delegation of just military personnel, high level military before they reconsider and include the foreign minister now and so on and so forth. So what we have seen here, we have seen a government where really and truly in all what they do, then they make diplomatic blunder. Serious diplomatic blunder. I think to say they really need for stop, okay, encourage other people and for come, support them for provide the resources we require because government are government of continuity. But if you want them continue for the provide diplomatic blunder and they embarrass the country, then the Sierra Leone they go be here.
Okay.
You know, in all the things this government don't do what we don't see, anything where the APC government be they do, they want to discontinue. They want to start something fresh. Well, you cannot do that.
Okay, thank you. Izagi, Izagi, like what Ajibujalo say, it seems like Madabio one for Trump, anything we Obama do, then they take her out. So what's your take on Yenga?
No, I mean, I totally disagree with most of the um, um, points that we don't highlight, anyways. But but just the younger issue, more could just accept for say right for the talk through right. It's totally wrong for make a Guinean troop occupy a Sierra Leone territory. First and foremost, it's totally wrong. There are different ways than way to go with way they take that diplomatically. Example, right? So this stuff happened, right? President Bio reached out to the ECOWAS body for many settlement, many come in and settlement. You understand, right? I think for say Alpha Conde for don't use that method also. For just say, you know what, I don't observe for say Sierra Leone vice president interfere into the Guinean election or has some stuff for do with the Guinean election process. So I want for me just caution. There's a lot of ways for and I mean, so for say, yeah, I mean, like you say, I just come on salon, and I travel almost close to the Liberian border because I'm the part of me, you understand, right? And I can explain you always what's in they use at that end, right? Then they use dollar, they use Liberian currency at that end because na border, na border area. You understand what you say, right? I have in the years then why don't they go there? I know one year, but then can stuff that happen between Liberian and Salone. Those people then leave, now they coexist. So I mean, border issue. I think for saying just I think go before say within the people border not they exist if you're gonna enter territory and you understand. So me think for say I don't know how true it is. Say Vice President Juliet went into Guinea without paying respect. I don't know how true it's that. I really get to the bottom of it. Make I know for say it's true in the first place. But
if it's not true, that you get for tell and say now wrong thing now, right?
Not true, then it's totally wrong because in status is different. That I would say, right? It's status different, right? Me go to Guinea without I don't even go to Africa or something like that, right? But in status, right? If you go to a country, another money country, yes, you for pay courtesy to the person and say, you know what, I didn't a country, especially when a vice president. Supposedly, if not true, because if not true, supposedly if you're gonna Guinea something happened to him, right? The Guinean government will be held responsible for a safety. That I would say across the board. You understand what I trying to say, right? Yeah. But apart of that, all other things, like this. More could take for say, I really Mr. Cabo from New York, they try for bring and closeness with Conde. Hypothetically, you draw the line, you see some trend in it, right? Yes, let me say this government don't really give the past government some people that don't serve they don't really squeeze them for many award for the stewardship and all that stuff and it don't happen. So that tension within political line don't exist. You understand, right? And we know the amount of influence where where Ernest gets to Alpha Conde. There's a possibility for you don't ring them up and say, study Yenga issue for make this government just go in this area or make they just show some loopholes within this government, which is very, very bad. You understand, right?
Well, thank God, it's a hypothetical. Any person where they go call another government outside of Sierra Leone for make it can destabilize the country.
Exactly. Exactly. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that there's very possibility what they happen, right? And it's not so angel. We know we know the type of on hand games the way they play. Just for destabilizing governments, this hardworking government. So I pretty much know for say, more could dig into and deep, right? We will see things that come on for say a handed it.
Well, that responsibility that when I get
what? Who that handed it?
We go pull up.
Say it again.
Mr. Cabo, mute yourself. I'll come to you.
Okay, right.
Okay,
so
Mr. Cabo.
With this
hold on. I bring it down. I want to make sure so everybody gets a shot.
What I'm getting here is like as if Conde is a coward to come before the Sierra Leonean people and tell them that this guy meddled into our politics instead of going and cause problem at the Yenga for twist and they for go na Yenga. That's what it is. And when the people go, they don't talk about Julde. They talk about Yenga. So the issue of Yenga, Julde, is just a propaganda. If truly that guy went to that Guinea, to the Guinean people and caused trouble and said something against the president or the elections there, I think Conde is responsible enough to face the Sierra Leonean people and tell them that, rather than twisting or passing another way, go to Yenga. I don't think that it has to do with Julde. And you know,
what about the other side?
Never talk about Julde.
What
is the other side?
You want to hear to the other side?
Bible, I never going to interrupt when somebody they talk. Go ahead.
So so what I'm saying is the Yenga issue is just the Julde issue is just a propaganda, and it hasn't even revealed itself in no way possible to say that's why it happens. Because if that's what happened, when they went for the negotiation, we know that they went for the Yenga issue to negotiate. And has the negotiation been resolved? Yes, it's resolved tentatively. But again, this is not the first time for Yenga issue. It's been during Tijan Kaba, it's been during Aneskoroma, and it's yes.
Yeah. Now do briefly. Mr. Gabo, I don't think you will say Mr. Julde in visits na Guinea na kind of conspiracy theory or a lie, because number one, we see the video where the full amount of them they talk, them they even talk same, they go make sure say then they wouldn't call occupy West Africa, then get vice president as Salom, then go soon get a president na Guinea, and soon as Salone and Senegal. We see that video there, right? So not a thing where that's something where they talk to, and I don't think hold on. I don't think Salpa is so timid. It just they accuse this just because it afraid them. No, now the protocol where the guy broke, now he make.
Now you associate that with the Yenga issue. So then this Conde is a coward. He could easily say, no, I would not even go to Yenga. This guy, this is what he did. He meddled to our internal affairs. Why would he go to Yenga and use that as an escape? That's what I don't believe. I don't think Conde will use Yenga as an escape to hold Julde or to punish the government of
But I don't result so. So Mr. Abdul, let me bring you come back na the team. Welcome back. I hope say you're okay now. So what's in the way forward, Mr. Abdul, on this particular issue?
Go back to it.
All right, Mr. Abdul, you still get
take that guy off.
Yeah, Mr. Abdul, you still get
not to say we can have power. Anything where APC the fingerprints on, therefore can't change them. The peace where and has been only based on what Ajibu says since in a been government man. When SPP been come, now they therefore not follow on. And Mr. Kagbo go deny, go sugarcoat it or slide it, whatever. But Yenga, Alpha Conde or whatever of Guinea, but he believes say he stand if for be stand by in words where he tell Ajibu and Alpha Kanu and the others where go see and say we mean up the meddling of the internal affairs of Guinea by the vice president. Like
that's
it or not,
it
happen. And Mr. Kagbo, instead of President Guinea, a sugar code this year, if for being just channel and they use. If the money has to in government, because don't forget, if the vice president of Sierra Leone politics, that means he want the man out of office. So the money is there for you to leverage. So this is the responsibility of Mada Biona and the Abbas Bundu, and few of them where
this guy
government we don't hope for international community them for make them use their brain and see how they go resolve this issue once and for all. But about what Ajibu say, this problem not for business, we not put a lead on them. And so if you not put a lead on them, this problem not for being come again. I asked Mr. Kagbo why I'm sorry, Julia, Mother Biono make him part of the delegation. He's the vice president. We all know that. We all know that. But why them put him out of the delegation, bring Abbas Bundude? Now a reason. Then they get
Those are the suspicions. You see,
All right.
this is why
All right.
you guys
All right,
are tripping.
let's
That is tripping.
Now
Mr. Gabo, Mr. Gabo.
we read
Mr.
the
Gabo,
body
no,
language and the message is for say the issue is tough.
all right, Mr. Abdul, let me do it briefly. Let me go back to Ajibu Jallo. Ajibu Jallo.
I get a question. I beg, make her ask this question.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
Okay, I just want to ask: has there been any statement from the Guinean government as of yet, or all these rumors would go on are just rumors?
You mean what do you mean for Yenga?
Yes, for Yenga.
We don't until we let them read French. We don't know.
What?
That's a good question. I hope they include gender jealous behavior there, as you guys pop up.
Honestly,
You are interrupting.
No, I'm
Brother,
not interrupting.
the question we ask.
No, not only you ask the question. So now move on to Ajibu Jallo. Ajibu Jallo, go ahead.
Waiting as say now the statement we are making now from the statement.
To Abbas Bundu and them.
No, Mr. Abdul. Hold on. We're going to Ajibu Jallo now. Ajibu Jallo, go ahead.
The statement we are making now, so gentlemen, are a statement of fact. I remember them vividly. The current vice president of the Republic of Sierra Leone is deemed persona non grata. He is not welcome in diplomatic language in Guinea right now. As a matter of fact, something as serious as a territorial integrity issue, if the president wants to send a delegation, a high-power delegation, the vice president should be a part of it. But he's deemed persona non grata. You know, side the vice president there? A day in Senegal. He joined another delegation for go Senegal, for go talk to Senegal and ask them what they can do for put together a compact for making them go in the runnings for a proceed. Where the first lady did the dance in compound the other day for say they don't get 400 million. Look at the camp. Yes, 3 weeks ago. Now the vice president, the minister of finance, and a few others, then at Senegal, for go ask Senegal, say, okay, MCC don't tell we say we don't qualify for compact. They are gonna tell we about local case study. What you wanna put together? What you wanna do for make una actually qualify for the compact? While the first lady in the dance says Sierra Leone get 400 million already. Okay, now you see the disgrace where they happen now. Now they Senegal, the vice president and leader delegation, they for go ask, say, but what you want to do? Because what thing they happen when they say you don't qualify for a compact, you get to put a program now together. Okay, that program they get for serve the purpose where MCC look for, and they get for be a better program than the 5 other countries them where you go on against. So we are so far from winning the compact, but the first lady go dance. If they talk about so we have 400 million, they come. Now then the vice president did, that's Senegal. You're not going under. He's not allowed, he's not welcome.
Mr. Baibura, go ahead.
Well, me put her in a different way. I say if he goes there, he's going to be arrested. Because would they read, would they follow? You see, because now mediocre then are then at State House. They don't know what then they do. As they said, the first lady, you know why the first lady they dance? When they siphon the country money, then they use all kind of means for take the money. They feel say now other one they come for me then come pull and I make it a dance. This younger issue where somebody they measure the former president panel. This is not just the service disingenuous to the people of Sierra Leone. This government here, just like how they say they give somebody a second thought. The Guinean authority, they don't get all the intelligence information, say the government of Sierra Leone not ready for peace. So before they can encroach na their own, then they can protect their own side. Now protect them, they protect them. And they feel say that place they now a gullible area and a very susceptible area. So then they try for protect them people. Now I stand and they take because every 1 minute the current government of Sierra Leone it provoke peace. But since the Sierra Leonean people they look powerless. But if in the president is too powerful, now Last and I hate for say this. Last and the president now Guinea don't put soldier man there. If he is soldier man enough, make him go pull and they know. That's what me they talk. Me na
All right, Mr. Babure, let me ask you a question. For the past 3 years, waiting in your own opinion as a Sierra Leonean, what do you think in this government don't doing they say kudos?
The wrong person.
Okay. African governments would only try for move as a not as a country, even as a continent, for more project a very good image in terms of governance, in terms of good governance. But when these governments come, they try for reverse not only Sierra Leone, then they give a very bad image to the entire continent.
I understand.
People in Guinea, all in African countries, they are watching. They are not happy about it. They are not happy about it. This man, they pull. He can't impose a parliament, yes, sir.
It's very simple. I don't say this guy is a bad person. You understand? A bad person, but for the first 3 years, waiting, you think saying this guy don't do where they say kudos.
Which one?
Madabio.
Madabio is a dictator. The man who they against the rule of law.
They say good.
The man who can impose a speaker. He can. What he do? The good way he do.
Yeah.
This man, for imagine say Madabio go do or they do anything good. Believe me, na illusion. Believe me.
Okay.
I don't expect anything good from him. Believe me, because he come for a purpose for can enrich himself. He don't come for can rule. He come for can make money.
Okay.
Yes.
I get you.
Believe me, we have to face that reality.
I understand. I understand. I know with you, bro. Mr. Gabo, what's the way forward?
The way forward is to try to put Yenga to the issue of Yenga to an end once and for all. We have seen it came up several times now, and due to the political spectrum in Sierra Leone, people are twisting it, trying to create some situations whereby I call them political jesters. They are fun in politics. They just entertain the public. The truth of the matter is, Yenga has been in trouble with Guinea and Sierra Leone for so many years with the past presidents. So what I'm asking the way forward is to put this once and for all, and then we move forward. But it has nothing to do with Julde. I believe Conde is a man of himself. If Julde offended him, he's not going to go behind the door, by the back door, to talk about Yenga. If he does, then he's a coward. That I will assure you.
Okay. All right. Mr. Izagi.
Yeah.
You asked a question earlier. Say, waiting at the how you call them? Waiting at the press release. If the press release don't come out from
any official from the Guinean government.
I don't research. I don't see no press release from Guinea yet at all.
Okay.
So go ahead. Waiting at the way forward.
This is my point right here again, okay? Because basically, what I understand from what I argue with the talk, they get the way how you talk and for say, for say Julia Jallo is not allowed into Guinea anymore or something like that, right? They get the way how, I mean, the way how me perceive and from it seems as if there is a press statement from the Guinean government that he's not allowed there. Now, more could take for say this is not very, the SFPB government are a very responsible government. Then figure out for say Julia in the midst of all this, it not gonna make sense for include them into that delegation for Ghana Guinea. Then you put more fire they put more gas na the fire. So for exclude them out,
if the situation is full.
Exactly.
This now again. When I compare to myself, Cabo against Izagi. When I go ahead, would they listen to now?
No.
Boy, it's interrupting.
No,
interruption.
It's okay. I not say they back me up. I not say they back me up. So I think for them out of the delegation, it makes a lot of sense because only a responsible government can do that, right? Now, coming to the way forward, I mean, from all this conversation, right? No one of we not even condemn the Guinean occupation of Yenga. In the first place, Nanado for condemn, okay? Because when you condemn the act, don't you begin to go to the roots? What he calls the issue? Now we just blame them say, oh, now SFP government, and then these and they go, palaver, and they go do this, which is wrong. Like I said, unless you have no clinic, I know that. I mean, typically, also of this, I trust me, right? Who know for say a hand play inside a lot.
So unless now,
but the man
Yes.
ain't called Conde. Now you tell about that guy.
No, we
I
know.
call him. We all know that.
Okay, all right. I think we don't exhaust this one. Briefly, we get about 10 minutes. We are one for now discuss a little bit about the same. I don't say by Buddha get a lot for talk, but let me do 1 minute, okay? Quite recently, General Alpha Bar, we been on this program several times the past years. He come out and accuse the SFPP government, especially the president and the second vice president, who are the first lady. The second vice president, who are the first lady. First, they siphon money with them in Lebanon. So I don't try to forget hold of the Alpha Chernobyl, but I think the number one been get for I'm not again. But if this not true, like a very big something for this government, like it is good for this government for go spend over $1 million. You understand? Mr. Kabo, I can pull you for so that you do what you get for do. So I don't want for long we discuss this much until we get because this is kind of an accusation. We get one thing, some of them big accusation. I want to forget a fact. But that don't mean I know the type of put the information out there. If indeed waiting Channel Alphabet saying not true, then that it don't undermine the entire effort where Mother Biobi they talk about this corruption stuff. So I want 1 minute because I know when I don't listen to the video and the audios the way not the first time this actually way Channel bad they talk this, but I want 1 minute. Now we start with Mr. Adibujalo. What do you think about this accusation which Channel Alpha about accuse the first lady and the president?
Well, I think to say it's fine that we get patriotic people and we will take the time for actually dig up information like the wire where otherwise could have been rumor, but now we know it's a fact because you get authentic documents for actually substantiate what they say. It also goes further for tell you say people within the government are not happy because that man the document where they produce now authentic document from the Bank of Sierra Leone. It get facts. So people within the system now they continue for provide this amount of information time without number. So now they tell you already say a lot of hypocrisy there inside the governance system. Going beyond that, it is really terrible that this could happen because for spend government money, you don't forget approval from parliament.
Yeah.
Also, you don't get approval for parliament. You also forget an administrative arm will include a permanent secretary, deputy secretary, senior assistant secretary. Now then people then they for man them money they do. Anytime where you move government money, you get certain procedure for falla. You forget a commitment form, you forget a pet form 1, where they allocate who side the money they go, pet form 2, excuse me, we'll say pet form, I mean pet public account tracking system. Pet form 1, they allocate who side the money they go, they tell them actually the money they go, then when you're ready for use that money, the pet form 2 kind side, where they actually draw the money, can from Bank of Sierra Leone to Usaya Bank, and not only for only money, the money for go straight for go pay the supplier. In case of the first lady, not only that she is getting money coming to her own account established in the Bank of Sierra Leone, but now in the whole money go pay again. So it totally corrupt. They safe enough to accept that. The secretary of president of allow that, and nobody say nothing up to this point. It's really a problem. I think to say Sierra Leone will be in a lot of danger. We don't know it. But with time we can't we know so the problem.
All right, Mr. Kabo, hold on. You mute yourself. I'll mute yourself. You get 1 minute, Mr. Kabo, on this corruption allegation.
Well, I can tell you, Channel probably he must have found himself with some mind altering drugs which are maybe
What?
probably things like he might be mushrooms, he might be probably taking something like ecstasies. You know, I mean, this is obvious, and those things they alter your mind or your senses and your perspective, your ability to
Mm-hmm.
think, and
Yeah.
that's what I think he is on. Because when he's giving his testimonies, he mentioned that Balabio went to Lebanon, and he went on hiding, and they were on a honeymoon. I wonder if he had what the lady said, Mrs. Bill. He didn't say he was in a honeymoon. He was in a jetty where along the sea coast, the coastal part of it. She stood up there with her husband, and the sunset, the rays, when the sun is the reddish and all those flamboyant shades.
I think
And
so.
she said,
I think so,
"Oh,"
Mr. Gabo. I
and
think so.
and these are the words she said. These are the words she said. She said,
Uh-huh.
I feel like I'm in a honeymoon. And
Okay.
everybody could feel like that. She didn't say she was in a honeymoon. And
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She said honeymoon activated. Her exact word was honeymoon activated.
Yeah, yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Kago, I think
Exactly. He said that.
you're falling asleep. She did.
He said that, Mr. Gabo.
Exact word, honeymoon activated. Exact word, verbatim.
no. Yeah, he said,
The better way, please.
I feel like I am in a honeymoon. She didn't tell you she's in a honeymoon.
He said
Based on the
honeymoon
rays.
activated.
All right. Right. Hence, Chernobyl claimed that he has evidence from banks and some other areas, and we wait for the system to take over it and see the evidence you get. But first and foremost, what is this Africanist
Press.
press to Sierra Leone? What is it?
It's a newspaper.
Okay. And
It's a newspaper.
what obligation does it have? What ties does it have with Sierra Leone? Is it because Chernobyl is from Sierra Leone?
Yeah.
Or okay. What are the
Just
legitimacy?
like
What is the
like any other-
legitimacy?
Listen.
What is the
Just like any-
legitimacy of African press? African
No,
press?
the name don't mean anything. Just like anybody can open a newspaper in a salon. So not the same thing.
All right. So anybody can talk anything he wants. The same thing. So
Apparently.
Chernobyl talks what he wants to talk and what he wants you guys to hear. But we can't wait to get him in court.
You want me to know? I been expecting you go say, okay, let's not try now bring the evidence before.
That's what I said.
But no, you say the
That's
man.
what I said.
You tell the man people like say na drug he used way them call him. So anyway, Izaki, go ahead.
So I actually, to be honest, I don't follow the stories into detail yet, right? But I'll be read briefly about Chernobyl, and I come across some of in articles in OTF investigation we don't involve banks so far, which are which some of them is very, very fishy, and I pretty much, there will be no doubt in my mind for say, he's probably working under the supervision of somebody else. Very hard.
Let's go, man.
I mean, it go be possible to anybody,
It's
unless.
possible.
But I pretty much know.
Why you not fighting on this go, man?
We know
Because he's a
for saying
criminal.
that nine
He disrupted the
the
country.
stormy block for Salon.
He's the one destroying the country.
Yeah, in the stormy block for
Yeah.
me Salon go better. Salon, yes.
You are interrupting. Kagbo, you are interrupting.
No, he's backing me up. He's backing me up. It's my time.
Okay. Okay.
Allow him.
Okay.
Yeah, he can fit into my time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Mr. Abu, I honestly, I don't really follow up the story yet, so I don't go really want to comment on them, because I don't know even if this guy is saying the truth or not, until you bring up some legal document them, everybody.
Now I expect people supposed to say, instead of he accuse the person saying na drug addict.
No, yeah, until you bring us some legal document, we authenticate and say is legal, and then we will move forward. But other than that, I wouldn't say, he's right or wrong. But
Okay.
I just saying about the person of himself, like I read some stuff about him. It's not good. He seems like a APC operative, hiding on. Yeah.
But remember, this same guy during the time of the APC, would they accuse him?
No, Mr. Abu.
Okay.
This guy, I read something about him for saying an APC operative.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And pretty much, let me say, I don't want for wait yourself too much be label about him, because I get for do me your research personally last see, whether it's true or not. But he seems like everything they try for grab, he wants attention, and then it work under the supervision of somebody very high.
Okay. All right. I think we'll get 2 more minutes. I give you now call. So 2 minutes.
But me not get it on this issue.
Not give back.
I'm a left out on this issue.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I've been saying the first person. Okay, go ahead. Bible, I get 1 minute.
What? No, this is very worrisome, very serious. The conduct of the government, including the first lady, is very bad. But what it was, where people there, they overseas, then they try for defend this kind of thing. This thing, and they make me, they feel bad, they tremble. But they pardon them because of distance. If now people that were there, maybe they don't charge you with other charge between me and them. But believe me, what they go, because then they see the evidence. The banks are empty. Go to the bank, there is no money. And somebody is reporting, somebody is stealing the money. And the physical evidence holding at the country right now, our people are suffering. There's no money in the bank. For proof, say what the man report is true. The people are siphoning the money out of the state. You people are trying to beg the question or to refusing to say the truth. Kabo, God will judge you. And you are Zagi. You see how people are suffering in Sierra Leone. You are not speaking the truth. No money in the bank. We come to your petition, all don't go into the trends. The president is a thief. The first lady is a thief. Every money is out of the country. We have evidence. We have documentary evidence. And you people are afraid to say the truth. You are calling APC. What are the moral ground? What this government get for talk? Look at the moral ground. Because you not go Bondo, you can't talk about pushing. Won't not go Bondo, you can't talk about that. You cannot initiate. If you are non-initiate, you will never initiate my bread. I will not. I will die. I prefer to die. These people are filthy. They are dirty. They are thieves, and they're talking about somebody stealing money. Hell, we have to be careful. But time for all for dinner salon.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Now we're at the same side.
We meet up now the UN na 42nd Street. Hey, Bible, we meet up at UN na 42nd Street. You remember? Na New York. You remember?
But you know Basak. That's why I've been done the civil in our school. I know you, Bible. I know you, Ali Basak. I sabi you, good one. I can't forget you. If I get you, I floor you. Why get you, I floor you. We know who's a good one from school days. You don't know that, Bible. I know you. We met at New York. I know you. We know ourselves. You're an agent of Madabio. You don't on the bad book. Now all they give you money. They destroy the country. You will pay for that. I know you. You think I don't know?
Okay, I just want to
Mankata, hold on. Mankata, can I say something quick? If anybody know me in this radio, that man know me. Nobody, una all not know me. That know me. You know me.
They expose you now. Now they expose you.
You know, get away with this. Expose me.
Yeah. One way say you want to see authentic documents. For it was waiting, Mr. Chair nobody say left now and the first lady insists on telling us say yes, he received money, and if Inga for invite guests them for come have a luncheon program, now him for buy food for them, now him for pay plane tickets for them, now him for put them in a hotel. She said it, you not denial. So what's in that man show you not true. But the question is how irresponsible and reckless it could be was spend $2.5 million for bring people in Canada just for grace a program when I dead elephant, like white elephant. Like say you don't get woman in there, you don't get eminent woman in there. But we don't see this trend here so. We don't see this trend where the finance minister go get a provision, go to parliament, where if one for make them are not able for account for the interest. We see that happen. We see where the Attorney General, a care instrument go to parliament for say COVID money should not be accounted for. Then they fall flat in face. We see what happened now with the independence, where now government function now, and the independence, now any country not get nothing to do with the individual. Now government function, you can make party after, but the first lady take 5 billion leon, he organized all team, procure all team, which was wrong. We see what happened now, so, sir.
Yeah, okay.
We see what happened now, so 49,000.
Continue.
Right?
Continue.
What are we? So what we are saying essentially, okay, the problem within this country now, believe me, if you elect Sierra Leone, you go stop for a second but say, checkmate them further as they go along. Mr. Kago, if you really like Sierra Leone, you know, go sit down before land full food, say, man, they carry on. Only for them to find out, say, they don't empty the coffers. When they talk about, say, money on the country, so it starts. It starts from the GTT report. When you get GTT reports, they tell the public, say, then APC man no go lend money in a bank. They lend money in a bank, they don't pay. What in that they go tell other people? And go say, what's that they go find at that bank? They lost confidence. When man go to bank go lend money, now because he no want problems what a person want to be confidential. But when you grab, you go blast all what happen in a bank to people, and people they go to the bank again. Now then the problem starts. The bank governor don't know what they do. Now foolish man. If I for resign, now then the problem starts.
Because Mr. Jallo, you not listen to the bank. You don't listen to the bank. That's why they say this.
Mr. Gabo.
Yeah.
And now, when I get 30 seconds, you and Izagi, would that one for talk for the 30 seconds?
No, let Mr. Kabo go first.
Why they give him 30 seconds for we too?
I know.
Because the 30 seconds are Aji Bujalo.
No,
Right.
Right.
Adi will talk past
Well,
30 seconds.
at the answer,
I give you 30 seconds to Mr. Kago.
I the answer Mr. Ajibu Jallo based on the fact that he not been listening keenly or he not read that much between the lines as to what the governor of the Bank of Sierra Leone says. All right. So I mean, the bank of the governor says that we have the forex, we don't have the leone, simply because when they put in an order, the initial order they used to put in before the COVID, it take 2 years before they put in another order, or more, either a year or more before they put in another order. But because of the COVID, they hardly realize it that the parties that are printing the money are short, and there's a long line people coming in, because that particular enterprise is not only printing money for Sierra Leone, it's printing money for other countries. So the line becomes so long, so much so that it delay for get the money. And besides, before, when they print like 100 million, let's say 100 million, you say probably they get back about 80% of it to the bank. But because of the COVID issue, people hold their monies back and they don't return them. The one they return is more of the damaged money, and which they have to dispose of. So the money is coming. It's not that the money is not there, but it's in forex, just the local money, currency, the leone that is short. Because 90 people that they use and then keep them. They not bring and can a bank where they distribute them. At least they expect 80%.
30 seconds, sir.
You understand?
Mr. Kago.
So that's not the situation will cause the shortage. That is understood. Really, come on, man.
30 seconds, sir. Mr. Kago.
Yes.
Mr. Kago, please stop this. They run a whole government, they run an economy. You know they allow money to short na the economy. You know what's in the adverse effect of you running money short. The excuse where they give not tenable. Whatever the cases, money no run out na Gambia, money no run out Senegal, money no run out na Guinea, money no run out America, no run out no side. When money run out like that, you actually dumping consumer confidence. When money run out, production still go on. It means for say you create inflationary pressure. When money run out, the problem where they bring economically is so big, they take you 5 years for actually rationalize that one day. That is a mistake you cannot make. You, if you're not a bank governor, I mean, I sack you. Then I sack bank governor. That kind of statement where you think so, go stop back and take a look at that. Don't talk like that. No, sir. No, sir. Well, you know the way you work for government, you know they talk that way, sir. When you run your own company, you can operate that way you operate. When you work for a whole government and economy. You cannot do that. That mistake there is not tenable today, is not tenable tomorrow. You should forecast. The man not saying one green they work. They get economists, they get forecasters, they get statisticians, they get people they under. Okay, where they tell them what's happen. You forget a forecast. You're not professional, you not a politician.
Weekly meeting. What about the weekly meeting? Weekly meeting. Talking about all the money where they go out and come in and all the banks there.
I think say we don't come to the end of this program. I just want to thank you all for these wonderful discussions. Let we come together for me to say Yenga no will ever fall again into the hands of the Guineans. That's very important. For the corruption,
Would it be the war? Would it be the one Yenga?
yeah, you come from. For the corruption, mother be need for be careful with, because this is not the possible way they can say you can't fight corruption. If corruption now don't pass mark with any young government, it's a shame. Anyway, now me don't take that one day. And now just
thank you, sir.
2 seconds.
Thank you.
Yeah, now me don't take that one day. So we'll go see you back next week the same time. I've been bringing today Roland today, but I don't know what happened with him. I think say it gets some camp problem. I don't get try to get hold of. I'm not able to get hold of him. This being time, yeah, me and him don't talk. Say they can't today, but I think say they didn't alone anyway.